Welcome to the Optimistic Dater Podcast, a podcast dedicated to all things dating. Today we're going to talk about self-love with the lovely Julia.
Hi guys.
And I'm Sam, and I'm still sick, so deal with it. So self-love. You gotta love. Self-love.
Yes, self-love. Why is self-love important?
Because you only get one life. YOLO.
True. There is a bunch of reasons why self-love is important. And one of those main reasons is you cannot, well, I guess it's not the main reason, but it's an important reason. You can't give love properly and you cannot receive love properly if you do not love yourself.
Facts.
Yep. People who do not love themselves are looking for validation in all the wrong places. You have to be comfortable with who you are. That way, whenever you wind up in a situation where this person is the wrong person, you can look at them and say, I know my worth, and you are not giving me what I deserve, and so I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes.
Being able to set your own boundaries, being able to set those things up, and be confident in yourself to make those decisions, knowing that they're the best thing for you. Whether that person that you might be seeing doesn't understand them is a big deal. So that's why we got to self love
Yeah,
or learn to
definitely.
self love, I guess, not like physically self. I mean, do that too, but like,
Do that.
but you got to learn to be self loving.
Yeah. You got to talk to yourself in a kind way. I think that's a big one. So many people, I think I heard statistically it's something like 96% of our thoughts throughout the day are negative thoughts. So if we're not like making a mental note and like making a conscious effort to talk good to ourselves, then we're probably talking bad to ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Um, I think that goes back to maybe somewhat childhood, uh, where like maybe you didn't do a thing right, or you didn't know to not do a thing, or maybe it was like sports or something. You messed up. And you just kind of held on to that. You're like, oh,
Mhm.
don't do that, don't do that. That just continues on into adulthood unless you realize it and you look at it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good. You know, people make fun of people for doing like affirmations or like having like I like to write things on my mirror and read it in the morning or like on my dry erase board that I have on my wall over here, just writing little notes to myself like you're beautiful or you're so smart or you're wonderful or you're such a kind person. Those things after you hear them for a while start to stick in your head. So even if it's not somebody else telling it to you, like you telling it to yourself honestly means more in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. It's again hammering home that self love, self importance. If you're not comfortable with it, then why are you just looking for other people to tell you you're gorgeous or whatever? Uh,
Yeah.
uh, who's the trying to think of him? He's a big motivational speaker. Tony Robbins. He does that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of like making sure that you say this affirmation in the morning for a number of days or however long it goes. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I see that. I've
Tell
never done it, but I know of it.
you've never done it, Samuel.
I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it like maybe I did it when I was younger in sports and soccer. I would like, all right, this is it. We gotta go. Like, you got this shit.
Like pep talk yourself,
Pep talk, skateboarding. That was a big
hype
thing. Like,
yourself up.
yep, especially skateboarding because it's a lot of like just mental, like mind over matter. Like, oh yeah, this is like a 4 foot drop, but like, yeah, you got it. Like, you can do this all day. You ran up it.
No,
Uh,
but I think a lot of things in life are mind over matter.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, we just kind of lose sight of that once our emotions kind of get in the way of things. Um,
Yes, that is true.
lifting, lifting now. That's a big one.
Lifting.
A lot of lifting is mental. Like, yeah, that's 405, 450, whatever it is. But if you got the right form down and you know what you're doing, you've done this all day, boom, you're done.
Yeah, so Samuel's in there doing squats and he's like, get it! Ah!
I hope to God I never scream in the gym. That's my one fear. I won't get loud in the gym.
There's this guy in the gym, in my gym, and he literally, and whatever, you make your noises if that gets you through your set, but it just cracks me up every time because he's like, like a girl sound comes out of this
Wow.
huge man. He is like a huge muscular man.
Yep.
And every time he does a rep, that is the sound that comes out of him.
That's
And it cracks me up every time.
very odd, but yeah, do you, boo boo?
Ah, okay, so what are some things we can do to foster self-love?
I think, like you said, your daily affirmations are a big one. Um,
Hmm.
Most guys, I can probably tell you right away, don't do that. Uh, in I think how the women do it, I think guys don't do it as much, but might be like maybe walking by a mirror or something, be like, "Hey, you look good, man," something like that.
Yeah, but that's a self-affirmation.
Yeah. So I was
It,
thinking like writing it down, like more
it's
just
just
like,
not like, you're beautiful.
yeah, yeah. It's not exactly like staring at the mirror, writing this thing down, and saying it at your face. More like,
Yeah.
oh shit, look at that. You got a new little striation there. Look at
Oh yeah, I do that too. But
that.
mine's more like, "Ooh, look at that fat ass you got. Look at that juicy fat ass." Uh,
Maybe one
right.
day I will be blessed with a fat ass. God, you hear me?
Keep doing those squats.
Hip thrust, but yeah,
Hip thrust. Yeah, I do a lot of hip thrusts. Um, I think journaling is a big one, and that's one that I've been working on a lot lately, is every night before bed, I'll like put on the fireplace on my TV on YouTube because I don't have a fireplace, but I like the ambiance. And I'll turn on some relaxing like meditation music and I'll light a candle. And then I've got this bad boy, this self-love, a guided journal, 100 Days of Self-Love. This one's by Mary Jakolski, and she's actually a podcaster. She does Mary's Cup of Tea podcast,
okay,
and I got because I listened to that podcast and she was talking about it, and I actually really love it because a lot of like guided self-help like journals, they just ask you a question, you have to answer the question, whereas this one has like a whole page of kind of like examples from her own life, and then it asks a question, kind of gives you a guide of what you're supposed to write about.
yeah,
But what
con-
I find a lot of times with those prompts is that you'll start writing something, it'll turn totally different, and you kind of can lay some things out that you didn't really realize you were thinking about. And it helps you kind of analyze the things in your head.
that's good. You do context or something, and then didn't realize you need to go to a certain spot in your head. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
nice. I've only done it where I've journaled after breakups for a while, and then uh, it would be it would be essentially me saying the things that I wish I would have said in the relationship, just to get them out
Mhm.
of my head. Like just to put
Yeah.
this pen to paper. Like wish we did like such and such. Wish you would have saw it this way. Whatever the case may be. Um, just to get that thought process out of your head, because otherwise it's just going to be on repeat.
So it's not just jumbling around up in your head.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Or, sometimes during the day, just opening up a note on your phone, just writing down something relatively negative that shouldn't have popped up, but it did. That's another thing that I've done
You're
before.
just getting those negative thoughts out of your head
Yep.
and elsewhere so that they're not stuck in there and you're just constantly overthinking it.
Yeah. Yep. So we're not going down the rabbit hole of negative thoughts.
Yeah.
I
That's a
like it.
good one. What's
So
another one?
you said podcasting. What are other podcasts you listen to? Um, just to kind of like get through maybe negative things or like making sure that you're reinforcing the positive and good stuff.
I listen to quite a few podcasts. The ones that I've listened to more often Um, New Mindset, Who This by Case Kenny, I believe. That one's a good one. I've kind of found that he's a little repetitive though in some of the things that he says. So I really did like it for a long time. I don't like it as much, but it's good for kind of learning that self-love thing and really like learning more about when to get out of a relationship and to kind of realize what you deserve in a relationship. I like the Mary's Cup of Tea. That one's good because it's all about self-love. Another one that I like is the Who's Your Daddy podcast, but or no, it's the is that what it's called? No, it's what is it called? Why am I blanking?
You know, I'd help you, but I don't know what it is.
Hold on, I'm gonna look.
Oh boy.
Call Her Daddy podcast
Ah,
with Alex Cooper. Yes, because it's so fucking funny. Listen, she gives a little bit of, she used to give a little bit of some toxic advice, but it was still really funny and relatable. But now her stuff is more, she's done a lot of therapy and stuff. So she has some really good advice in a funny way.
yeah,
The way that she talks is funny. So it's positive because you can get a good laugh out of it too.
yeah. That's
You can kind of step back and make fun of yourself a little bit, which I think is good sometimes.
that's good. I think I've heard of that one before. There was like a big boom of that in the dating world for a while. I haven't heard much of it in a while, but I've never listened to it, but I know the name. Um, uh, I don't really listen to like motivational podcasts or anything like that, but I use podcasts as kind of like an escape from, like maybe you had a bunch of stuff you had to do for work, and just kind of burnt out, and you just kind of like need to sit down and relax. Same thing with like movies and stuff. Just kind of like doing a kind of reset on the day.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of use it as that way. They're usually like comedy-based podcasts. Um, Nothing like super motivational or anything. I think just like the popular ones. Um,
Just getting out of your head for a while.
yeah, yeah, or like kind of gaming podcasts and stuff like that to kind of like get up to date on new stuff because I it's so hard to stay up to date on things. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I listen to mostly motivational, relationship based, self-love based, mindset based podcasts just because I like to be learning something new and bettering myself, and that's one of the ways that I like to do it. YouTube videos are also a good way to do that. There's a lot of good ones. And then also, you're like, I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts, but I have a podcast.
yeah, yeah. There's that too.
On relationships.
Yeah,
Um, and I think reading is another really good one. There's a lot of really good self-development books, and just like you said, getting out of your head and reading something that's entertaining and fun and kind of puts you in a different world.
yeah.
That's really great too. I do a lot of that too.
I think that's a big key component, regardless of whether it's motivation or not. Just getting out of your head and thinking in a different way or a different line of thinking. Um,
Mhm.
and showing different possibilities of, say, situations you've been in before, stuff like that. Uh, Books, obviously, like just novels in general, can show you different life experiences, stuff like that. While I'm thinking of it, because you said YouTube, instead of a fireplace podcast or fireplace YouTube thing, you got to look up the Studio Ghibli Howl's Moving Castle fireplace. It's like 10 hours long, and it's Calcifer just hanging out on the fire pit.
Okay. Can you just send me the link?
Yes, it's
We'll link it down below for
yeah,
you guys as
it's
well.
it's great. It's the perfect if you're a nerd in like Studio Ghibli and you need a fireplace because you don't have a fireplace. Just Calcifer hanging out with you. It's awesome. Anyway,
All right, and then one that you kind of touched on in our last episode was going to the gym and working out and just kind of getting on top of your health because having a healthy body helps you have a healthy mind.
yep, healthy body. I was gonna say like happy wife, happy life, but like healthy body, healthy,
Happy
happy
mind.
body, happy mind. Yeah, I don't know how to put those two together, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not just physically. Yes, the gym helps reduce anxiety and stress levels, but making sure that we aren't just like eating junk food. We're taking
Yeah.
care of our gut health, making sure that we're
Hmm.
not just like throwing whatever we want at the kitchen sink and hoping for the best, especially in the winter
Right.
season when people just want to bulk. Don't do
Yeah.
it
There's a
wrong.
lot of studies and a lot of research that says like gut health is connected to your mental health.
Oh yeah, you're feeling down, and your go-to is usually like say a burger or Chipotle after your workout. Well, yeah, that's a filling thing, and it's not the worst thing in the world because your body's depleted. Try something else, home cooking like a steak and greens or something like that. See how much better you feel, or chicken or salmon, whatever. I'm not telling you how to cook. I'm just saying. Uh,
Sam just cooks a lot of steaks.
I do, yeah, a lot of red meat. But having that home cooked meal with good greens and knowing what you put in there, see how you start feeling making that a routine.
Yeah. Yeah. I like meal prepping personally just because, time and
And just
helps you eat healthy.
yeah, and if we're on self love, like learn how to make a good recipe, or
Yeah.
like learn a couple of recipes, get fascinated with
Mhm.
it. So next time you find somebody, you're like, hey, you want me to make you dinner? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Or, you can just cook yourself some nice dinners.
Oh yeah,
Light a candle, get a glass of wine, and have a nice meal by yourself. And then later you can go masturbate and it'll be real fun.
every night.
Like, you can do the whole thing
Yeah,
every night.
I mean you could.
Every night.
I mean if you're by yourself, you can even do it out of order. Shit.
You can just masturbate while you're eating your steak.
Yeah, I
Why not?
yeah. Cats might look at you weird, but yeah.
You don't masturbate in front of the cats.
Where are you gonna eat your steak?
In your bedroom?
No.
Oh, I don't masturbate.
Oh yeah.
Let's be clear here,
I'm
but I
making
think
this
Sam
clear.
might.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so dating yourself. I think that's a good segue into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Uh,
This is,
yeah. Taking yourselves on dates.
yes, going to a movie by yourself, going to a nice fancy dinner out in public where you don't masturbate until you get home.
Yeah. Leave the masturbating for home. Yeah. But yeah,
Um,
going to that place you wanted to go to. Maybe you wanted to take somebody there. Never had the chance to. Go try out what they have to offer.
buy yourself some flowers.
Yeah. Or
And maybe
an
when you're
axe.
a guy, maybe buy yourself some video games.
Yeah. Buy yourself the
Treat
things that
yourself.
you wish your partner, if you had one, would treat you with. I guess put it that way.
For men, it's sex, so pocket pussy,
Y-
fleshlight,
Yeah, sure.
some nice lube.
Going down the rabbit hole here, but yeah, sure.
Okay. I say one thing that I really want to do is go on a solo trip. I want to go plan a vacation where I go all by myself, somewhere cool that I've never been, and explore. Explore the restaurants, explore the attractions and beautiful places. Probably won't do that till it's warm out because I live in a warm state and I'm not about to go somewhere cold.
Yeah, I'm currently in the process of making those plans. I plan on going to Greece later in 2023 for my.
I'm just gonna come with you, I think.
Oh, okay.
Tell
Um,
your sister I'm tagging along.
fair. Um, yeah, that's one thing that I have let kind of slip for the last couple of years of like not being able to go out and do my own thing for a while. It's always like with family, or it's always like a friend vacation type thing, or like a long weekend type thing. Um, and not able to like go and do something that you've wanted to do. So like for me, Greece, I've always wanted to see the Santorini and the islands, and just kind of like hang out and be essentially a bum for a little bit. That's all I want to do. Just be a bum, have nice food.
I think it's important though when you're doing this whole self-love journey and you're finding self-love and everything to find the things that you love doing. And then whenever you do get into a relationship, find somebody who's not going to make you not do those things anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find somebody who's going to travel with you. Find somebody who's going to want to go to the fancy dinners that you want to go to, or who enjoys you cooking for them, or who wants to buy you flowers. Being able to love yourself in that way really gives you more of a guideline of how to be loved.
Yeah. Yeah. If
Because if you can do those things for yourself, why do you need somebody else to do it for you? You don't. You don't need somebody, but it's nice to have somebody.
Yeah, it's nice to experience those things with somebody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally factual. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Wish I would have had that advice earlier on in life, damn it.
It's never too late to start.
That's fair.
Still got plenty of life to live.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will date more people. More people. Hopefully not.
Hard cut to
Hopefully
like
not.
2 years later, like, and we're back with self love talk number 42.
Yourself again after 42
Failed attempts.
failed relationships.
Yep.
It's okay. It's how you learn. It's how you find the right person. Don't settle until you find the person who's going to love you better than you can love yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's going to add value to your life, not somebody who's going to make you take away from an already good life.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
You
want
have to
a negative.
surrender things. Yeah, if you have to surrender things of yourself to be in a relationship, you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Yeah. Making too many compromises and not building a future with somebody at that point.
Yeah.
I like it. Like it.
The bathroom. Go. Anyway, I think that pretty much sums up this episode
Yeah.
of the Optimistic Podcast. So, if you guys like this episode, tell us, tag us on Instagram and tell us that you liked it. Message us, tell us what we should be doing for future episodes or what you'd like to hear. Maybe not. Don't tell us what we should be doing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What topics do you want us to do?
Give us some ideas for some topics that you want to hear about, hear us talk about, and subscribe to our podcast, share it, and yeah, we will see you guys next time.
Bye. Oh wow, voice just went blah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.